Did you know that one man single-handedly rocked the entire Wall Street industry? Say hello to your host and welcome to our channel. Today we are going to be looking at the life of Michael Milken, who pulled off the biggest heist in Wall Street history. So stay tuned till the end. Michael Milken, born on July 4, 1946, grew up in a middle-class Jewish family in the Fairfax neighborhood of Los Angeles. His father owned a liquor store, and his mother worked as a homemaker. From a young age, Milken displayed an affinity for numbers and excelled in mathematics. He attended Beverly Hills High School and graduated summa cum laude from the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, with a bachelor's degree in political science in 1968. Milken went on to earn an MBA from the prestigious Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania in 1970. At UCLA, Milken joined the Zeta Beta Tau fraternity, where he became friends with future media mogul John Malone. He also developed an interest in sailing and earned the rank of Eagle Scout while attending summer camp at Camp Alonum near Lake Tahoe, where he formed another valuable friendship with a counselor named Dennis Levine, who would later become famous as the first insider trader prosecuted by the Securities and Exchange Commission. When Milken returned to Los Angeles after graduating from university, he found a job working for his father-in-law's company, Murphy Trobway, an investment banking firm specializing in municipal bonds. Although his initial salary was modest, only $22,500 per year, Milken had access to lucrative deal flow and learned the intricacies of the financial markets. By 1976, he was ready to strike out on his own. With the support of his wife, Milken founded the investment bank, M.I. Milken & Co., in the garage of their Los Angeles home. His primary focus was on underwriting tax-exempt bonds for local governments and hospitals. One of his earliest notable transactions was the financing of a new baseball stadium for the California Angels, which earned him recognition within the industry. However, it was Milken's innovative approach to high-yield bonds that truly revolutionized Wall Street. He noticed that numerous small businesses and startups were unable to secure financing through traditional channels due to their high risk and lack of collateral. These companies were often cash-rich but struggled to pay off debts or acquire capital for expansion. Milken recognized a gap in the market and decided to fill it. In the early 1980s, Milken started purchasing the debt of these so-called junk companies, as they were not considered investment grade by rating agencies. Initially, the market for junk bonds was relatively small, but Milken believed it had tremendous potential. He assembled a team of analysts, including several former competitors from Drexel Burnham Lambert, and began building a portfolio of high-risk corporate bonds. As these companies performed better than expected and generated higher profits, investors became intrigued by the potential returns of high-yield bonds. Milken capitalized on this interest and actively promoted his holdings, further boosting the popularity of this previously overlooked market segment. By the mid-1980s, Milken's strategy had paid off handsomely. He had created a thriving market for junk bonds and made a fortune in the process. This innovation not only benefited investors, but also the companies that issued the bonds. Milken's willingness to take risks and finance unconventional ventures led to the growth and expansion of numerous businesses that might have otherwise failed. One of the most famous examples of Milken's impact was his involvement with the entertainment industry. He provided crucial funding to companies like MCA Inc., the parent company of Universal Studios, allowing them to acquire properties such as the comic book publisher Marvel Entertainment Group and Edit publishing houses. These investments proved to be lucrative and helped solidify Milken's reputation as a financial wizard. Another sector where Milken made a significant impact was telecommunications. He played a pivotal role in the leveraged buyout of Contel, a multi-region phone company, in 1983. This transaction, worth approximately $600 million, marked one of the largest leveraged buyouts at the time and exemplified Milken's ability to finance ambitious projects. But Milken's financial acumen and knack for identifying undervalued opportunities extended beyond just investing. He understood the value of diversification and actively sought out promising ventures across various industries. For example, Milken had a keen eye for potential in the restaurant industry. He identified a growing trend in the demand for casual dining options and invested in chains like Morrison's Cafeterias and the Original Pancake House. These investments proved to be successful as consumers increasingly sought more sophisticated dining experiences. Furthermore, Milken's vision encompassed the healthcare sector. He recognized the aging population and the rising need for medical services. In 1984, he invested in National Medical Care, a dialysis services provider, which at the time operated around 20 clinics. Seeing the potential for growth, Milken's investment helped expand the company's reach to over 100 clinics within just 5 years. This foresight into the healthcare industry's trajectory proved to be exceptionally profitable. Throughout his career, Milken remained dedicated to staying ahead of the curve, constantly seeking out emerging trends and investing accordingly. This forward-thinking approach enabled him to capitalize on the burgeoning home healthcare market, the increasing demand for specialized hospitals, and the expanding network of medical equipment suppliers. Each investment was a calculated move based on his astute observations of market trends. Milken's ability to identify undervalued opportunities wasn't limited to just investing. He was also adept at recognizing talented individuals and providing them with the resources and backing to succeed. One notable example was his relationship with Kerkorian, a self-made millionaire and investor renowned for his uncanny ability to spot undervalued companies. Their paths crossed when Milken came across Transamerica Corporation, an insurance and finance company founded by Recognizing Kerkorian's entrepreneurial spirit and understanding his vision, Milken decided to support him by providing the necessary financial backing for his ventures. This partnership proved to be extremely fruitful as Kerkorian went on to acquire MGM Grand Hotels in 1985. With Milken's backing, he transformed the company into a highly successful hotel and casino business. Similarly, Milken played a vital role in supporting Kerkorian's acquisition of a controlling interest in International Dehydrated Foods, a producer of powdered soup mixes and other convenience foods. Through this investment, Kerkorian aimed to expand the company's operations and product lines, and Milken's financial backing was instrumental in making that possible. Moreover, Milken's support extended to the automotive industry. In 1989, Kerkorian expressed interest in acquiring Chrysler Corporation, and Milken provided the necessary financial muscle to make it happen. This investment allowed Chrysler to restructure its operations and ultimately led to the company's recovery and resurgence in the market. What set Milken apart as an investor was his unique approach to deal-making. He prided himself on being the last person to walk away from a deal and would often sweeten offers until the very end to secure the best possible terms. While some might perceive this tactic as shrewd, there's an argument that it could be seen as bullying. Nevertheless, this approach proved highly effective in helping Kerkorian acquire companies at attractive valuations. Looking back, it's evident that Milken's contributions to American industry were substantial. His pioneering work in high-yield bonds revolutionized Wall Street and provided countless companies with the financial boost they needed to succeed. His knack for spotting undervalued opportunities and his willingness to back visionary entrepreneurs undoubtedly left an indelible mark on the business world. But as with many successful individuals, Milken's journey was not without its controversies. The darker side of his story involved allegations of insider trading, stock manipulation, and securities fraud. As his wealth and influence grew, so did the scrutiny from government investigators. The turning point came in the late 1980s when Milken was indicted on federal racketeering charges. Prosecutors alleged that Milken and his associates had engaged in a pattern of illegal conduct that had defrauded investors and distorted financial markets. The case against Milken was unprecedented in many ways. The government was seeking an extraordinary financial penalty of $1.8 billion, which would have been the largest ever at the time. The charges stemmed from a series of complex transactions involving the issuance and trading of high-yield bonds. The government's argument was that Milken and his associates had manipulated the prices of these bonds through a series of deceptive practices, including spreading false rumors about the creditworthiness of certain companies. They also accused Milken of engaging in insider trading, using confidential information to make profitable trades. These allegations sent shockwaves through the financial community. Many questioned whether Milken could be guilty of such extensive fraud, given his reputation as a brilliant and respected financier. However, as the investigation progressed, evidence mounted against him, leading to a guilty plea in 1990. The repercussions were swift and severe. Milken was barred from the securities industry and served 22 months in federal prison. Despite the personal and professional setbacks, Milken's response to the scandal was characteristic of his resilience. He paid the record-breaking fine of $600 million and continued to live a lavish lifestyle, albeit with more discretion. Following his release from prison, Milken channeled his energy into philanthropic endeavors, focusing on cancer research and education. He established the Milken Family Foundation, which has donated hundreds of millions of dollars to various causes. Perhaps surprisingly, he even re-entered the financial world, albeit in a more subdued manner. In the early 2000s, Milken started an investment advisory firm called Milken Institute, attracting significant assets under management. The institute has since grown to oversee billions of dollars and remains active in the financial markets today. Looking back, Michael Milken's story is a tale of triumph and tragedy. He was a financial genius who revolutionized Wall Street, but was ultimately brought down by his own greed. His legacy remains a subject of debate, with many arguing that his innovative work in high-yield bonds had a positive impact on the market. Others point to his conviction for securities fraud as proof of his willingness to break the rules for personal gain. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that Michael Milken was a force to be reckoned with. His larger-than-life personality and audacious deal-making left an indelible mark on the financial industry, and his name continues to be synonymous with high-stakes finance and Wall Street excess. Alright folks, that's all for today's video. What did you think? Leave your thoughts below. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning.